Hey everybody, or nobody, nobody's here yet, and maybe nobody will be. Everybody's at work. I don't work during the week, so I'm here. I just kind of wanted to talk about something I think is really important and that we all need to hear. Something that I struggle with, obviously, right now is words and the power of people's words and how they can affect other people. And we kind of take them for granted and we just speak things without thinking about the impact that they might have on other people, other people's choices, other people's decisions, the way other people feel about themselves. And I kind of just wanted to talk about this, not because I'm an expert or like motivator or anything like that, but because yesterday I had someone be ugly and hateful to me, and I had the choice of how I used my words to interact with them. And then of course today, my daughter's having to struggle with the same thing, the power of words and how they affect her life, and just people being ugly for no reason. And it's easy when someone is ugly to you to want to be defensive and ugly right back to them. Super easy. But we all make the choice if of how we're going to handle a situation, and hate only breeds hate. Talking to someone that is ugly or hateful to me, if I were to do the same to them, it's only just going to escalate the matter and it's not going to do anything. So what I chose to do was to love them. Love them despite their flaws, because they might be on a different journey or a different road in their life, and I don't know what they're struggling with today. Maybe I was the easiest target for them. I don't know. I'm just going to take it and use it as a life tool to not want to be like that person. And for our kids, it's not that easy. It's, young kids, teenagers, it's all like the end of the world. They just feel like a situation is going to go on forever and ever. And so even the way we speak to our kids or the way we speak about ourselves in front of our kids have a big impact on how they feel and how it affects their life and how they're going to think about themselves. I've always been really cautious because I've always been overweight to not look in the mirror or to say in front of my daughter that, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, blah, 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 blah. I mean, if I felt that way, okay, in that moment, in time, but I never spoke in front of her because I never wanted her to get that thought, that seed planted in her head and do the same thing. So anyways, words are very, very powerful, okay? So, and the little quote that I posted when I started this video, I'm just gonna read it because I don't know it from my head, but it said, the tongue has power over life or death. So we can choose to speak life and to speak uplifting thoughts to people and it uplift them, or we could choose to bash them and break them down. But I mean, what does that accomplish? And sometimes we can say things without even thinking. Like I said, in the spur of the moment, we don't think. We might think we're joking with somebody and they might be going through a hard time at that moment, and it could really affect them. So we got to be conscious of what we say and how we say it and how we use those words. They're very powerful. Also, within yourself, like, I don't know if you've ever been on like a job interview and someone just said, hey, you're gonna do great, and you're like, oh yeah, thank you, and you just had the confidence to go in there and just be great. And you could have been bashing yourself the whole time, like, oh, I'm gonna bomb this, I don't know what I'm doing, this and that. When you plant those seeds in your head, you're more likely to do that. You're more likely to bash that or to fail that. But if you build yourself up, and I tell Angel this all the time, you build yourself up, whether you believe it or not. Like, you can look in the mirror and be like, oh, you're beautiful. You can do all that self-talk, but just say it in your head. I literally, way back in the day, had to tell myself, I was going through a hard time, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be, and I did not believe it one single bit, but I had to tell myself that, and I was able to get through the day, and I was able to not let Satan get to me that day, and to make that choice and to choose those words really helped me. And so I just think if we could lift others up, and I'm not saying go around and compliment everybody, but just give some people that boost of encouragement, because I mean, who doesn't need encouragement on a daily? Like, who doesn't need that? So, let's see. I made some notes. Like I said, I'm not some like public speaker, but I really wanted people to start thinking about their words. And like I said, it's very hard, especially when people are being ugly to you. And they're out to get you, or maybe they just don't realize, or maybe they're just going through a hard time. So hate only breeds hate. Like, the only way you can drown out hate is to love on somebody. And I'm not saying love their decision. You can agree to disagree. Like, that's great. I have so many people that have different thoughts and feelings, and especially around election time or presidential time, whatever. You just let people speak, and you understand where they're coming from, and you might be on a different road or a different journey or have different values or beliefs that brought you to a different place in your life. And maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they were raised differently, and that's okay. You don't have to bash them. You don't have to say anything mean to them or get all your friends to agree with what you're saying is right, because there's no right. Everybody's so different, and so we just have to love on them and understand that. And if you this is really cliche, but if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. It's not going to make the situation any better at all. And so like I said, I feel like we would know that as adults, but a lot of people, they're just out there hating, and it's really hard because our kids are listening to this, and bullying is so serious in schools, and everybody's saying that they're teaching their kids not to bully and to value others and to respect others. But are we negative self-talking at home? Are we breaking our kids down at home? Like, maybe it's something we need to sit back and evaluate. And so, because it's got to be coming from somewhere. So I've always tried to build Angel up and lift her up and say positive things to her, and a lot of times she gets sent to school and they just bash her back down, and I try to build her back up and they bash her back down, and that's hard. That's hard, and these are our babies, nobody wants that, and I don't want that for any of you guys or any of my friends. I don't want anybody to be mean, and if someone were to mess with my best friend, I'd be like, I'm gonna cut you, so it's easy. It's very easy to get worked up, and it's very easy to get defensive, but it's not gonna make anything better. So like I said, so someone was being ugly yesterday, and then I chose the higher road to be nice, and just like, you could, if it really bothers you, you can block that person out of your life. Like, that's easy. And if it's family, and it was, so like, it's hard to block those and make those choices. If you're blood, you're blood, but if it's all for your own mental well-being, sometimes you have to do that until they grow up and can be a bigger person and choose their words wisely. So let me look at my little note. Like, so we have the option to make people feel special about themselves. If you can make somebody feel special about, even if you're not good, like I said, I'm not very good. I'm kind of like introverted. I'm not good with words. Sometimes I don't know like what to say or like what to talk about. Like, doing these are kind of hard for me. That's why I have my little notes, but I feel it's like something people don't talk about. So that's why I do it. So make people feel special, even if you can't with grown-ups or adults or whatever. Like, start out with kids, like, they're easily influenceable. Like, build them up. So I watched this thing, and this guy was telling me, and I never really made notice of it, but it was like a magic thing or whatever, and he was like, abracadabra, and do we know what that means? And no, like, we don't know what that means. It's magic. We press and make it happen or whatever. So abracadabra means what I speak is what I create. So I thought that was really awesome. Like, what I speak into existence, I create. So did God do that? Did he say, let there be light, and there was light? Yeah. We're created in his image, so why would we think that we can't speak something and create it? So same thing with like self-talk. You don't actually have to physically speak it, but if you're bashing yourself inside, guess what? It's only going to make you feel horrible, and it's only going to add to the situation. And whether you believe it or not, just try to work on like positive affirmations to yourself and to others. Whether you believe they're a good person or not, really, just keep loving on them, because eventually they're going to come around. And like I tell Angela all the time, like, try to put yourself around people that are going to inspire you and lift you higher, or just, and not saying like they need to pat you on the back, but be around those people that are going to make you feel the best about yourself. I didn't understand that when I was in school. I mean, you just hang out with who you hang out with, and I'm not saying anybody was ever mean or ugly to me or to my face or that I knew about. Maybe they were, I just didn't realize it. But as I get older and I meet new women, and they're like lifting others up and they're helping others, and it has no benefit to them whatsoever. They're just there to love on and help them for, I don't know what their reason is. Maybe I don't know, maybe it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good when I make someone feel good. So those are the people that I want her to be around. And of course, she's a teenager, so she might not realize that or understand that. And maybe I'm getting off subject, but so I just wish others were more conscious of their words and more conscious of what they say and the power that their words have on them or have on others. And like I said, you could just be joking, but to them it might be, I mean, they might have something lingering, or they just might not understand it in that moment, because like I said, we're all on different journeys, we're all on different roads in our life, so they might be more sensitive. Like I'm super sensitive. Like you can say something to me and make me cry really easy. But okay, so let me look at my little notes real quick before I end, because I really want everybody to think about this, and I don't know if I'm relaying the message like well enough. Okay, so yeah, like your words can create a movement. Your words can inspire people. Your words can uplift people. Your words can break them down. Your words can bring them on like a rat hole and just digging on self-doubt. So how you choose to use those words, it's totally up to you, but why put any effort into something that's not going to benefit someone else or yourself? Like, why not just choose to be the bigger person? Why not choose to build those people up? It's hard. It is hard. It might take some time too to like learn how to do this. Like Jeremy tells me all the time, like, oh, you don't have a mean bone in your body, you're just so nice. And I'm like, no, I really have to work on not being like, I want to cut you right now. Like it still hurts the same. Like I still want to stick up for myself and say things. It's just how you learn, how you go about doing, or how you learn to do it. And so yeah, just be conscious about your words. And so my homework to you would just be aware of your words to others, and be aware of your words to yourself, and to just start practicing maybe just saying one thing towards yourself that you don't necessarily believe or feel in this moment, but something that you would like to believe, or something you would like for others to believe in you. Just start saying those things to yourself. Even like I said, if it was like my example of today, I'm going to have a good day. Whether you believe it or not, whether you're going through something hard in life, just say it over and over and over and over and over, and it will happen. You speak those words into existence. Abracadabra.